The cathedral swallowed a bell and did not bother to apologize. Silence poured through the nave like oil, slow, suffocating, absolute. And in that first unbearable second, I knew we had come for something that would not be cured by liturgy. They called it the Siren of Larn. They called it a relic. They did not call it mercy. I confess, I wore conviction like armor. As an inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus, I'd learned to shape men by fear, to mistake certainty for virtue. I arrived in Larn, certain I would leave with answers. Instead, I left with a mouth full of wrong prayers and a memory that no longer obeyed me. Larn crouched against the ocean like a wound, black stone jutting like ribs, salt in every throat. Its people moved with the slow, patient lethargy of those who've stared long at the abyss and found only their own reflection. Under the sea temple, in a vault of bronze and bone, the siren coiled around a dead machine like a sleeping leviathan. The priest who led us would not meet my eyes. "It sings only for blood that remembers how to lie," he whispered, a warning I mistook for superstition. We opened the vault at dusk. The first sound was not a sound, but a crawling thing. Vapor that smelled of metal and ancient brine. It slid into the chapel and touched memory like an acid. Faces I had scrubbed from records rose like drowned corpses. Names I had consigned to flames lit themselves again. The machine did not accuse with fire. It rearranged the past into a mirror that showed how neat my excuses were. What unseated me was not that the siren disclosed guilt. Inquisitors can find guilt in dust, but that it forced confession in a voice that was not mine. It sang my words back at me, sharpened and immaculate. It named the men and children I had fed to pyres and spoke them as if they were psalms. Survivors trembled. The dead, oddly, were led gently. The siren turned my campaigns into tableau. Harzan ablaze, a child hidden behind crates I had mistaken for silence, the hesitation I folded into law. Each small cruelty became a fact I could no longer persuade myself was necessary. I tried discipline. Doctrine has its armor. I wrapped myself in liturgy and law and read them aloud until my throat burned. The siren hummed and began to write marginal notes across my memory in a hand not wholly human. It did not judge in the way men do. It rendered like a surgeon exposing tissue for inspection. It made me sit with the faces I had condemned and see them as they had been, human, terrified, finite. Then it asked the question that unstitched me. Who are you when you are not screaming orders? The voice was a chorus of gears and children's syllables. I had no answer. An inquisitor's identity is sewn from verdicts. Without them, the cloth comes apart. I began to confess, not the rote phrases that cleanse a soul, but confession as stripping. I named the convenient decisions, the unasked names, the commissions I delayed until they were irreversible. Every admission felt like dropping a rung from a ladder. I descended into a self I recognized only by its wounds. The vault did not remain still. A sound like glass shattering filled the chamber. The siren's core opened, revealing a lattice of gears and something resembling a throat, half machine, half relic. It tuned my voice with fragments of recollection until I could say my sins without fracturing. I walked into the square. The people peered through apertures that made their faces look like shards of moon. I spoke names. I recited the crimes I had ordered. Some cried, some spat. A man I had once condemned spat in my face. The spit tasted like final judgment. Orders followed. Inquisitors branded the siren an abomination, a warp-tainted engine. They called my confession madness. They wanted the machine dragged to forges and its memory burned in holy flame. It will unravel authority, they said. I understood then why it frightened them. The siren served honesty, not empire, and honesty is a fragile thing in a universe built on certainty. They came with torches and prayers. They called for the furnace, for the cleansing fire. I stood between them and the vault, and did the one thing the Imperium fears most. I refused the easy faith of flame. I confess this, too. I left the siren where only those who approach with empty hands might find it. Some will call me traitor, some will call me penitent. The Imperium prefers saints whose sins fit tidy altars. I learned that repentance can be a blade when used not to save oneself, but to cleave certainty. The siren taught me that mercy is a fracture, a split in the plaster that reveals a map of rot and possibility beneath. It showed me where the cracks run in a cathedral built on excuses. If these words reach beyond Larn, know this: the Emperor's silence is vast, an altar of necessary omissions. To speak against that silence invites exile or worse. Yet cracks exist. In those fissures, truth can sing, and its song will slice. I have no illusions. My confession will topple ordinatus or rewrite creed. I only know I heard a thing that pyres and proclamations cannot quiet. I learned to listen. That is a kind of heresy. As we sealed the vault, the siren did not wail or condemn. It hummed a last refrain, a map drawn in harmonic shards. Mercy is a fracture, it breathed, and I have been following that fracture ever since. My confession is but one step along it. To serve the Emperor, I must first learn to hear what we were taught to ignore. If you have ears, listen. There are instruments in the dark that will show you who you were when you claimed righteousness. They will not comfort you. They will, however, make the silence unbearable.